Yes, welcome back guys to India's largest e-learning platform Gradeup. And guys, this is the day when we are going to start the series for Engineering Services Paper 1. Because I know many of you were waiting for this kind of series from the side of Gradeup. Because my dear, Engineering Services Paper 1 is something without which you cannot qualify the exam, because it is a compulsory qualifier exam. Without qualifying paper 1, you cannot qualify engineering services examination, that is for sure. Yes, Gaurav Vajpayee, good morning dear. So we are starting with the wonderful subject that is material science guys, and this time of 11 AM now will be dedicated for engineering services paper 1, and hope all of you will be getting the advantage of this series for sure. I will also be showing you the weightage of that. And guys, these subjects are required for all the branches. So engineering services paper 1 is required for all the branches. This is one thing I wanted to tell you. So from if you are from mechanical, civil, ECE, EE, whatever branch you are from, this subject is definitely going to be very important for you guys. Okay, so guys, we are starting the session with this, and let us start. The crystal structure is going to be the first topic for today, and material science is the subject. We are going to start the wonderful engineering services paper 1. Guys, there is a misconception between the student. Student feels that in engineering services paper 1 the complete syllabus is non-technical. No, material science is a technical only. So non-technical only mathematics and aptitude are there. All other things are technical only. So my dear, rather than saying it non-technical, I will say general study part. Yes, Rinkesh, good morning dear. Please guys, quickly like and share the session with your friends. I want to see a good number today. Okay. So guys, this is a small slide where I am just telling you, just showing you the weightages, and you can see the weightage of material science for ESE paper 1. These are the number of questions. 11 questions in 2020, 14 in 2019, 26 in 2018 and 9 in 2017. So from this weightage you can expect minimum 10 questions will be coming. Even I will say 10 to 12 questions will surely be coming. Even the weightage have been quite more in some of the years. Still you can assure at least 10 questions from this. Okay guys, so 10 question means minimum 20 marks, minimum 10% marks is going to be from this topic. So guys, before starting, first of all I would like to define one thing known as a property. Before starting my dear, okay, first of all, even defining that, first of all, I would like to tell you that when we are talking about the material science, my dear, what is material science? Generally, this subject seems to be very difficult and very uninteresting to the student. But guys, I can guarantee you, just by attending 2 to 3 class of mine, you will be having a lovable feeling for the subject, and then you would like to attend this subject for sure. And even my dear, it is very easy to take the marks from this subject, because the questions which are coming from this subject are going to be very simple, and you can definitely make it. It is not like you need to practice some more. You just need to study from the class note. That will be enough. So my dear, I am going to take this subject in a way that you are going to get full complete 100% marks in that. Okay, let us start it guys. So material science, my dear, we all are made up of material. Whenever we go to some of the doctor will say that there is a deficiency of iron in your body. Doctor will say there is a deficiency of calcium in your body. Doctor will say there is a deficiency of some element in your body. It means our body is made up of those elements only. So my dear, studying material science is nothing but studying yourself only. But material science is not at all a subject which is restricted to one of the branch, my dear. It is a generalized, it is a common subject, I will say. And the reason behind saying that a common subject, because my dear, materials comes under study of everything. Even doctor studies the materials which are used for medicines and all. My dear, mechanical engineer studies the materials which are used in their application. Electrical engineers study the materials which are used in their application. So every branch has its own application, and my dear, based on the application, different materials are always there. So we are going to study this subject. This is an interdisciplinary approach. When I am saying it is interdisciplinary approach, what does that mean? My dear, this subject is common for all, means different branches have to study this subject. But yes, everybody have separate syllabus. Like maybe our material consists of some special characteristics, some special structure. We will be discussing about those materials only. Some other branch have the application in case of some other materials, they will be using that. So based on that, it is divided into subparts, various subparts. Okay. So guys, we are going to start with this, the syllabus part now. So when we are talking about the material size, the very first thing I would like to say, what is our expectation from the materials? You guys will say, sir, excellent performance characteristic is something we are looking for in a material. So we are looking for excellent, we are looking for excellent functional performances. We are looking for excellent functional performances. So my dear, this is something for which we are looking. Excellent functional performances is something for which we are looking. And my dear, how the material or component is going to work in a very good manner so that it can provide you excellent functional performances. It will definitely be depending upon the properties of material. It will definitely be depending upon the properties of material. My dear, properties will be depending upon the structure of the material. And my dear, structure will be depending upon that which kind of manufacturing process you are using, which kind of alloying element you are adding, and my dear, which kind of treatments you are going to do with the material. Like at what temperature you are heating, cooling. By heating and cooling, the properties are changing. So my dear, this is the complete cycle. We are going for excellent functional performances, my dear, which are depending upon the properties, Properties depends upon the structure depends upon the manufacturing process, alloying element and heat treatment. So my dear, this is how the complete cycle is going to work. Okay. So when we are talking about this, first of all, this is what we want. My dear, this is what we want. हमें क्या चाहिए ये वो है. This is what we want. And to take that, to reach to this, my dear, we need to work over this and this now. Okay. So first of all, let us see what is a property. If I ask you guys how you will define the property, can anybody from your side can give the definition of property, guys? And once again, I am saying, guys, please like and share the session, because I want everybody shall reach, this session shall reach to everybody, so that all of the students who are going for ESE paper 1 can get the advantage of this. Yes, please tell me, guys, can you define the property? What is property? How you will define the property? Can you define the property, guys? Can anybody from your side define the property? Yes. Can anybody define the property? Okay, so I feel I have to define. Nobody wants to define the property. So my dear, generally some students are saying it is a measurable characteristic. Some students are saying like that. But if you say what property is, basically, my dear, I would like to define it as quantitative indices. Properties are quantitative indices. These are quantitative indices given to behavior of materials. These are quantitative indices is just a number, my dear, which is given to the behavior of material. Whenever it is subjected to external stimuli. External stimuli means external loading condition. So my dear, just mind one thing, until and unless, very good Gaurav Vajpayee, until and unless we are going to load a body my dear, until and unless we are going to load a body, we will not be able to know the behavior of the material. Like whenever you are going for tension test, which is definitely a test everybody has seen, because that is something you study in your first year only. So my dear, when you are going for this stress strain diagram for mild steel, you have seen that you just find out yield strength, you just find out ultimate strength, you just find out elastic constant. So these properties you are able to find out only when the experiment is performed. Without performing the experiment, you cannot see. Even my dear, if let us say your parents know about your behavior, let us say some of you is getting angry very soon. So your parents are knowing that fact that you become angry soon. How they are knowing that fact? They are knowing that fact from your behavior under different condition. So they have seen under different condition their behavior towards the condition. By looking at that, they came to a point that you become angry very soon. Yes, Surya, hello dear. So this is something I wanted to tell you about the properties. So my dear, properties are something which depends upon the structure. So now our main concentration will be about the structure. So my dear, properties are something which depends upon the structure. And my dear, there are three levels of structure. There are three levels of structure. So guys, I have started from very basic. We are going to see the three levels of structure. Three levels of structure. And my dear, when we are talking about the three levels of structure, the very first level of structure when we are talking about, sir, will the entire course of will be covered? Yes dear, we will be covering not only material science, we will be covering complete engineering services paper 1. Okay, so engineering services paper 1 we are going to complete here for the students who want to attend for engineering services 2021 examination. So you need to join us on the regular basis. The timing for the class will be 11 AM. Complete team of Gradeup will be taking on the session related to that. Okay, so I am starting from material science. Yes, we will be having majority of the session over this YouTube. Some of the practice session we will have over the Gradeup app, but completely syllabus will be covered on YouTube Plus app. Okay, so as a combined you will be covering each and everything. So you just need to have a subscription in this YouTube channel which you are already having. Just subscribe it, and second thing, you just have download the Gradeup app. Their free classes will be going on, so both of them are going to be free only, so don't worry. So guys, the first level of the structure is going to be macro level. First is the macro level. Then second level of structure is going to be micro level. Second is going to be micro level. And third is going to be, my dear, crystal structure. So crystal structure. So I will say macro structure, micro structure and crystal structure. Yes, sir, is it same as that of that in app? Yes. Dear, on app we will be having numerical sessions, theory session we will be having on the YouTube, and not all, some 2 to 3 sessions we will be having marathon type practice on the app. Otherwise everything is available on Gradeup Gate YouTube channel only. ESE non-tech is already running, right? Dear, that is running on basically that in paid course it is running. In paid course it is already running, but this is the free course over YouTube. So you can join here. Here I am teaching material science. In paid course I feel Omkar sir have taken. So faculties may be different for different topics, and definitely here also we are going to give the same quality which we are going to give in the, okay, but yes, those are paid course. If you are already enrolled, you can go through that also, but on app whatever we will be running, that will be for free. Okay, yes. So guys, these are the three levels of the structure. One is macro level, other is micro level. Good morning. Yes, good morning Dhiman. Akshat Jain, yes. Fine. Dear, if you are from electrical, electronics, civil, mechanical, all the branches are equally eligible. And my dear, for all the branches it is. Okay, fine. So guys, yes, this is for electronics, this is for electrical, this is for civil, this is for mechanical, this is for all the branches. Yes. So my dear, there are three levels of structure. One is macro level, other is micro level, third one is the crystal structure. Yes, sir, Omkar, sir. Yes, dear. Right now I am taking the project management, but in the previous batch I have taken material science. In the next batch also I will be taking the material science. Okay. Good morning, Vallapu, P. Vasant. Good evening. Good morning, dear. Yes. So my dear, there are three levels of structure. First, let us see the macro level of structure. First, let us see the macro level structure. So my dear, first is macro level structure. So when we are talking about the macro level, Akshat sir, complete course cover hoga. Yes dear, complete course will be covered. Don't worry. For all the subjects, complete course will be covered. If you remember in the YouTube session before GATE also, whatever the series we have run, we have completed everything as per the course requirement. We have nothing left. So here also we will nothing left. We will go as per the requirement. As you know that paper is there. Before that we will complete it. Yes dear, sorry Ramesh Mohan, some part is different. So macro level when we are talking about, guys, so macro level of structure are those. Macro level of structures are those which can be seen from naked eyes. Or if you want to see from microscope, at a magnification level, of less than 100 times. So my dear, of less than 100 times. So my dear, if P. Vasant will it be in English? Dear, it is in English, purely English. It is purely English. Okay. So my dear, if you are going to see, either see it from the naked eyes or see it from the microscope at a magnification level of less than 100 times, then it is said to be macro level structure. Now my dear, you might be thinking, sir, what is the advantage of looking at the macro level structure? My dear, macro level structure is quite useful. If you want to see the macro level structure, my dear, it is advantageous in many concerns. Like if you are going to see the macro level structure, let us say by looking at macro level structure, you are able to find out a notch present over the surface. So my dear, after looking at the notch, you can conclude that due to notch, ductility of the component will be lesser. Similarly, my dear, if you see a structure which is having a sharp corner like this, then my dear, if sharp corner are present, you will say fatigue strength is less. So my dear, if sharp corners are present, fatigue strength is less. If in place of sharp corner you are going to have fillet like this, if you are going to provide fillet, then my dear, after fillet you will say fatigue strength is more. So my dear, by looking at these kind of geometrical characteristics, you are able to know about some of the properties. Avinash sir, एक batch. Yes dear Avinash, हिंदी में ग्रेडअप जल्दी ही लॉन्च कर रहा है. बहुत जल्दी ग्रेडअप पे हिंदी बैच लॉन्च होने वाला है. So you don't worry about that. Okay, बहुत जल्दी ग्रेडअप पे पेड कोर्स में हिंदी में आने वाला है. ठीक है. Yes. So guys, this is basically if fillet is present, fatigue strength will be more. Fatigue strength is lesser if the sharp corner are present like this. Okay. So my dear, by looking at the macro structure, you will be able to know that which are the properties which are going to be there for a given structure. So macro structure is going to be helpful in that respect. Second kind of structure is, my dear, said to be the microstructure. So when we are talking about the microstructure, then my dear, one macrostructure we have already seen. Microstructure, what it is? Dear, microstructure is something which you can see from the microscope only. First of all, from the microscope only. And from the microscope at a magnification level, at a magnification level of more than 100 times. More than 100 times. At a magnification level of more than 100 times. So my dear, if you are going to see this kind of structure, yes, definitely Avinash. So as I said, my dear, from microscope only at a magnification level of more than 100 times. And when we are talking about the microscope, my dear, in that case, I would like to say that what is the benefit of looking at the microstructure? So my dear, by looking at the microstructure, first of all, microstructure will give us the knowledge about grain size, or we will say grain orientation. Grain orientation. It will be telling you about the grain boundaries. Grain boundaries. It will be telling you about the phase boundaries. It will be telling you about the phase boundaries. So my dear, about these kind of things, grain orientation, grain boundaries, phase boundaries, these are something which is related to this microstructure, and by knowing about these things, definitely you will be getting help, because my dear, if you want to know about grain size, grain orientation, they also affects many properties. And if I would like to say that, if you want to learn about what is phase, what is grain boundary, what is grain orientation, so my dear, these kind of things we will be covering at the time of crystal defects in a great detail. So for the timing, I can tell you about the phase. What is phase, my dear? Like if you have seen laddu, which we have as a sweet. So my dear, in laddu there are some yellow particles are there and some specific orange particles are there. Orange particles are embedded in between the yellow particles. And my dear, when we are talking about phase, yellow particle and orange particle are having different phases. And when I said they will be having different phases, what is the meaning of that? So my dear, when I am saying they are having different phases, the meaning of that is, a phase is basically chemically homogeneous, microstructurally distinct, and physically or mechanically separable part. Like orange particle is having some different microstructure than yellow particle of laddu, and my dear, it is chemically homogeneous. If you see the components, it will be found to be chemically homogeneous throughout. And mechanically or physically, when you are going to just push the laddu, you can take that orange particle outside. It means it is mechanically separable part. So my dear, this is how we are looking at the microstructure. So my dear, that is something macro and microstructure we have seen. Now my dear, I am telling about the wonderful crystal structure. Wonderful crystal structure. So my dear, when we are talking about the crystal structure, I would like to add many important points here. When you are going to see the crystal structure, my dear, when we are going to see the crystal structure, then crystal structure, my dear, is something which cannot be seen even by microscope at any magnification level. Crystal structure cannot be seen. But my dear, yes, crystal structures, I will say they cannot be seen. They cannot be seen. But my dear, crystal structure can be observed. Can be observed. So crystal structure can be observed. Crystal structure can be observed, and when I am saying can be observed by what? By X-ray diffraction experiment. By X-ray diffraction experiment. X-ray diffraction experiment. So my dear, when we are going for X-ray diffraction experiment, then my dear, you can know about the crystal structure, as they cannot be seen but they can be found out. Like when you say BCC, FCC, HCP, this is how you are finding out the crystal structure. So my dear, crystal structure cannot be seen but can be observed by using X-ray diffraction experiment. So first of all, when we are talking about the crystal structure, first of all, when we are going to see the crystal structure, my dear, a crystal structure is explained using two things. Yes, Srinivas, here are the students from various branches. They are from mechanical, they are from ECE, EE, civil engineering. Okay, so because this subject is for all the branches, so don't worry about that. Okay, so my dear, now I am coming on to the crystal structure. So when we are talking about the crystal structure, my dear, crystal structure when we are talking about it cannot be seen, it can be observed by X-ray diffraction experiment. And when we are going to say that it can be observed, my dear, so here we are neither going to study macrostructure nor going to study microstructure, but we are going to study about crystal structure only. So crystal structure are going to be very, very important for us, because my dear, to see the complete properties of the material, if you are talking about the simplest sample from that simplest sample will be a unit cell that will be a part of crystal, that can be considered to be a crystal. So that's why it becomes very, very important. So my dear, now I am going to just define and divide the engineering materials into two categories. So my dear, when we are going to divide the engineering materials into two categories, out of them one is crystalline material, and my dear, other is amorphous material. One is crystalline, other is amorphous. So when we are talking about one is crystalline material, other is amorphous material, how we will define it? So my dear, crystalline materials, when we are defining it, it is going to be defined as a material which is having 3D long range periodicity. 3D long range periodicity of either it will be for atoms, or it will be for molecules, or it will be for ions. When it is due to atoms, it is said to be atomic solid. When it will be from molecules, it is said to be the molecular solid. And my dear, when it is going to be from ions, it is going to be ionic solids. And my dear, when we are talking about atomic solid, they are nothing but the metals. Example is metal. Molecular solids are nothing but polymers. And my dear, ionic solids are nothing but ceramics. So these are the example, and these all comes under the crystalline material. So my dear, one type of material is the crystalline material, other type of material is the amorphous material. Crystalline material are those which can show three-dimensional long-range periodicity. It means, let us assume that I am teaching you in a class. सर एनसीईआरटी क्लास 12th में सॉलिड स्टेट चैप्टर था केमिस्ट्री में, बुक रीड कर सकते हैं, उसमें सब था सर क्लास. डियर, बट जरूरत नहीं है. व्हेन आई एम टीचिंग यू देयर इज नो नीड टू गो फॉर बुक, एंड व्हाट आई विल बी गिविंग यू विल नॉट बी अवेलेबल इन द बुक एवरीथिंग. ओके, इज इट पॉसिबल टू कवर ऑल द सब्जेक्ट विद इन जून? डियर, डेफिनेटली इट इज पॉसिबल. You are saying it is possible in the paid course. We are running the batches for that, where we will be completing the course in April or May. Okay, because like one subject is already completed, second is about to start, because ESE paper 1 syllabus is hardly 200 to 250 hours of course. Okay, so if you study only 2 hours a day, you require only 125 days for that, and from that also mathematics and aptitude are common part. You need not to go for that separately. That is same as that you study in the GATE. Okay, so as I say, my dear, 3D long range periodicity. What do you mean by 3D long range periodicity? Means, my dear, let us say if you are having a classroom, let us say I am teaching in a classroom, and there 200 chairs are kept there, and chairs are like very much symmetrical, one after another, one after another, one after another, and let us say every chair is there, and every chair is having one student. And by chance it is a case that every student have same size and same shape. So if you are going to see the classroom, it looks like 2D long range periodicity, because periodicity means repeatability. So my dear, if 3-dimensional long range periodicity is there, it is said to be crystalline material. So when I am saying what my example is related to 2D, okay, so as what you are talking about here is 3D. So 3-dimensional long range periodicity of atoms, molecules or ions is said to be crystalline material. And my dear, if a material is not crystalline, it is going to be amorphous. If it is not crystalline, it is amorphous. Means if 3-dimensional long range periodicity is not there, it is said to be amorphous. The example for this is going to be glass. Now my dear, some people are saying, okay sir, is it like that metals are always going to be crystalline and glass is always going to be amorphous? So my dear, any material can be crystalline, can be amorphous. That depends upon various things I am telling you right now. Like there is a saying which is said that nobody is good or bad from his childhood, from his birth. he becomes good or bad based on the teaching given by his or her parents, then only he or she will become good or bad. It is very much correct, because by birth nobody is good or bad. Like that, my dear, like from birth no material is going to be crystalline or amorphous. It is going to be crystalline or amorphous. That will totally depend upon that whenever you are going to have, at what temperature you are heating the material, up to what time you are holding it for some temperature, and then you are going to cool it at which range and at which rate of cooling you will be providing. Like I am giving you an example. Let us say you are having a molten steel. Molten steel you are having at 1539 degrees Celsius, which is the melting point temperature. Now this molten steel, my dear, you are going to have, it is liquid, it is molten metal, and it is at higher than the molten metal, obviously melting point temperature. And let us say you are just keeping it inside a refrigerator where temperature is -5 degrees Celsius. And my dear, second case is you are just having the 1539 degrees Celsius and you are going to take it to room temperature within 3 days by reducing 1 degree Celsius after every 30 minutes. So my dear, in both the cases cooling rates are quite different. So when cooling rates will be very less, like in case of you are reducing the temperature to room temperature in 3 days, their cooling rate is very less. So my dear, atoms and molecules will get proper time to get settled down, and as they will be getting the proper time to getting settled down, they will be resulting in the crystalline structure. And if the same material you are putting it into the refrigerator, my dear, it is going to have the amorphous structure because it doesn't get the time to get settled down. It is like, let us say we are having an offline class, and let us say there is a class of 200 students, and you are coming to my class, and I am saying, if whenever I will be entering into the class, then you have to be settled down before my entry, because once I enter I will not allow anybody to settle down. Then those students who will be standing, they will be given an instruction to go out from the class. Then my dear, what you will try to do, you will try to get settled down as fast as possible, as I will be knocking to the door. So my dear, let us say someday, for giving you surprise, I am already in the class when you are coming. So I will not be giving proper time to settle down in this condition. Then you guys will try to settle down fast. Wherever you get the seat, you will sit down. You may be sitting on one over another, but you will not be getting proper time to get your seat. So then you will be resulting into the amorphous structure. So if you are going to get proper time, crystalline. If you are not going to get proper time, amorphous. So my dear, crystalline structure will be achieved if cooling rates are very lesser. And these kind of structures are achieved when cooling rates are very fast. So my dear, if metals even are going to be cooled at a faster rate, they may result into metallic glasses, because those will be amorphous structure. But in our syllabus, only crystalline structures are there. So we will be continuing with the crystalline structure. So my dear, okay, Raju is saying something, sir, Hindi batch kab start hoga? Dear, are you talking about the paid batches at Gradeup, or you are talking about the free classes over YouTube? So as you know, paper 1 is common for all the branches. So paper 1 will be going on in English only on this Gradeup YouTube channel. But we are going to start a ISRO Bark series over mechanical marvels at 2 PM today. You can join there, it will be bilingual. Karan Jadhav, sir, this can be important for, dear, it is syllabus for all the branches. Paper 1 syllabus is same for all. So my dear, this is the syllabus of paper 1 which is going on. So engineering services paper 1 is not different syllabus for different branch. It is having same syllabus for all the branches. And whatever I am going to teach you is going to be covering all the 100% part of the syllabus of all the branches. Okay, because it is common syllabus for paper 1. Okay, my dear, so before coming on to these examples, I would like to define how a crystal structure is getting formed. So my dear, when we are talking about a crystal structure, in a crystal structure there are two things. In a crystal structure there are two things. In a crystal structure there are two things. My dear, first thing in a crystal structure is nothing but it is crystal system. It is crystal system. And my dear, the second thing in crystal structure is nothing but it is nothing but Bravais lattice. It is nothing but Bravais lattice. It is nothing but Bravais lattice. So my dear, if you want to know about crystal structure, crystal system and Bravais lattice, what does that mean? I would like to tell you that. Okay, I feel one more question is coming. Sir, should I dear, you must join this session because this is the part of your syllabus only. Okay. So my dear, when I am talking about the crystal system and Bravais lattice. So my dear, what does crystal system tells us? What does Bravais lattice tells us? Let us see that. So my dear, let us say you are having a home and in that home there are 6 rooms. Let us say your home consists of 6 rooms. And there are 6 rooms, and my dear, in 6 rooms there are let us say 8 people are living. 8 people are living. Your father, mother, you and your brother or sister, and your grandfather, grandmother, including all, there are let us say in 6 rooms there are 8 persons are living. Okay. So my dear, first of all, if we are interested to see the structure of your home, that how those rooms are located, where are those rooms. So if we are interested in the rooms and the location of their rooms, then my dear, I will say we are interested to see the crystal system. And if we are interested that how the peoples are living in those rooms, like one room is occupied by your parents, one room is occupied by your grandparents, one room is occupied by your brother, one room is occupied by your sister, one room is occupied by you. So like that, if you say the occupation of room by the peoples, it is said to be Bravais lattice. So my dear, I will say the crystal system is nothing but the shape of the unit cell. Crystal system is nothing but the shape of unit cell. And my dear, when we are talking about the shape of unit cell, what does that mean? Shape of unit cell means, my dear, nobody will teach you in that way, but I am giving you. The content is going to be unmatchable. People do not know about this kind of subject, how to deal with it. And I am giving you so much clarity. If still you are not getting the benefit of that, my dear, then you are going to be in a huge loss. Because these are available in free first of all, and then also if you are not having the value for this, then my dear, definitely it is going to be a loss for you. So please like, share and subscribe so that your friends also can reach to this. Yes, Sri Hari CR, hello dear. So as I said, my dear, this is the shape of the unit cell. Like how the size and shape of unit cell you will be knowing. If this is side A, this is B, this is C. So ABC are the lattice parameters. ABC are the lattice parameters. And my dear, at the same time, these angles are the interaxial angles. These angles are the interaxial angles. So my dear, obviously A, B, C, alpha, beta, gamma, they together will decide the size and shape of unit cell. So my dear, size and shape of unit cell will be decided by these 6 parameters: A, B, C, alpha, beta, gamma. So my dear, these are the parameters which will be deciding the shape and size of the unit cell. And my dear, how the atoms are going to be oriented in this, that will tell you about the Bravais lattice. So my dear, as I said, the shape and size of your room, your home will be crystal system, and how peoples are living in that room, that home, that is Bravais lattice. So you can see that these are the crystal systems. So when you are saying this shape, if A is equals to B is equals to C, and alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to 90 degree. If these kind of conditions are there, my dear, if these kind of conditions are there, Konda Avinash, for XC, yes, in the last year we have already provided about the thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and strength of material. Last year we have provided for these. This year we may be providing you for XC material science also. Okay, so there are fair chances, okay, that this time we will go for material science also. So my dear, when we are going for this ABC, alpha, beta, gamma, size and shape of unit cell, this will be decided by these parameters. So crystal system, my dear, is going to be cubic. is going to be cubic if you are following these conditions. And if conditions are different, it may become hexagonal. If conditions are different, it may become, my dear, orthotropic. It may become monoclinic. It may become triclinic. It may become orthogonal, tetragonal. So whatever these you study about cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, triclinic, tetragonal, all these things are the types of crystal system. And my dear, when we are talking about the Bravais lattice means the arrangement of atoms. How the atoms are arranged. Arrangement of atoms. So my dear, arrangement of atoms are of 4 types. First arrangement is simple arrangement. In simple arrangement, every corner have one atom. Every corner have one atom. Every corner have one atom. So my dear, when every corner have one atom, it is said to be simple. And if you are going to have every corner is having one atom in the cubic structure. So if crystal system is cubic and arrangement of atom is simple, it is said to be simple cubic. So my dear, a simple cubic will be a cubic system in which atoms will be available, atoms will be arranged one at each of the corners. It is said to be simple cubic. So my dear, similarly you are going to have body centered. So when you are talking about body center, you will be having every corner atom plus one body center atom. So my dear, every corner will be having one atom and body center will be having one atom. So it is going to be body centered. And if the system is cubic, it will become body center cubic. So my dear, similarly there is one known as face centered. So my dear, if every corner is having one atom, every corner is having one atom, and as at the same time every face is having one atom, every face is having one atom, then it is said to be face centered. And my dear, if the crystal system is cubic, it is said to be face centered cubic. So my dear, this subject is going to be very, very interesting and important if you are going to attend the lecture. I will not be letting you anything to be mug up. I will be teaching you in a way that you will be learning the concepts, and when you are going to learn the concept, those concepts will be for longer times for you. You will not be forgetting any of the concepts. Okay, so that is required now. Okay, so this is, my dear, something known as Bravais lattice. So simple means every corner has one atom, body center means corner and body as center atom, face center means every face is having one atom including the corner atom. I am showing you some of the structures by looking at which you will be getting a feel. Like you see this is known as simple cubic. You can see this cubic is a unit cell, and this unit cell is having the atom at all the corners. These big spheres which are shown are showing the atoms. So my dear, reality is these atoms only. Whatever these lines are formed, these lines are just formed for the calculation purpose. Otherwise in 3 dimension only atoms are present. So my dear, this kind of structure is said to be simple cubic. Simple because every corner is having one atom, and cubic because, my dear, the crystal system is having A equals to B equals to C, alpha is equals to beta is equals to gamma is equals to 90 degree. My dear, this is body centered cubic. This is body centered cubic. Why? Because, my dear, crystal system is cubic and it is having 8 corner atom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and one body center atom. So my dear, it is having all corner atoms and one body center atom. So if cubic system is filled like this, it is said to be body centered cubic. Okay guys, it is said to be body centered cubic. And my dear, now I would like to inform you one more thing, that Fab 50 code is available on Gradeup Super subscription. If you want to have flat 50% discount on the Gradeup subscription. Sir, इस सब में theory concept ही questions. Yes dear, in material science 100% paper is theoretical only, and that numerical part which is from Miller indices, that is also not numerical exactly, that is conceptual. So whatever I am teaching you, questions will be there from this only. Even I will be solving all the paper 1 questions in front of you in the YouTube classes. You just need to join me daily. If you are joining me daily, I can guarantee you 100% marks. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so my dear, this is the February Mela in which you can get 50% straight discount, okay, on any of the Gradeup Super subscription. And under Gradeup Super subscription, you will be eligible for all the batches going on. One subscription will give you all the batches: ESE batches, GATE batches, ISRO batches, DRDO batches, BARC batches. All the batches, my dear, you will be getting under one subscription only. Okay, so my dear, after that, this is basically about some of the condition I am telling you, that after 50% discount, what will be the offer price available using this code FAB50. You can see the difference. So my dear, if you are going for January 23, means 2-year subscription, you can see the charges. So my dear, what lesser than this you can expect? So my dear, after that, I would like to tell you the Vision batch 4 is already in the progress. We have already successfully launched 3 batches. Now 4th batch is going on. Okay. Sure dear, we will definitely be going on with that. Today was the first class. So first class is very basic. So it was not feasible today. Every day you will be having. And guys, please like and share the session. If you have any queries like Hindi batches, like paper 1 batches which are already going on, ISRO, DRDO, BARC batches are going on, you can contact onto this number. You will be getting all the information. These are the features of the courses, my dear. So now let us see once again one more thing. Daily at 7 PM we are going with the post-gate guidance for the students who have given gate 21 examination. My dear, after that I would like to say this is February Mela. Not only that much, after subscription, if you are getting subscription in the February month, you are having a chance, because every day one lucky winner is going to win, and we are giving that list every day on YouTube also. Every day one student is basically getting these kind of gift also from the Gradeup side on the Gradeup Super subscription. You can see like laptop, like mobile phone, like this bag, like this Activa, scooty, bike, and a small 30-second video, guys, in front of you.
Hello students, Dheeraj is happy to announce the February जहां आपको मिलेगा मौका to win attractive prizes worth ₹50 lakhs on the purchase of Gradeup Super. आज ही Gradeup Super के साथ अपनी exam preparation शुरू करें with 9 interactive courses and mock tests designed by the best faculty and experts, 24/7 doubt resolution and best study material. इसके साथ ही पाए एक्साइटिंग प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका। तो फिर देर किस बात की? आज ही Gradeup Super को सब्सक्राइब करें।
Okay guys, fine. Yes. So guys, today we have done the discussion, and I would like to say now from daily 11 AM is the time for material science ESE paper 1 class. ESE paper 1 class on Gradeup Gate YouTube channel. Gradeup Gate YouTube channel. Okay guys, and you can also join me at 2 PM. That is for mechanical ISRO DRDO, ISRO previous year's question at Mechanical Marvels. You can join us at 9 PM for production Agaz batch on Mechanical Marvels daily. Production is the starting subject. We will be completing many subjects in this. Okay guys, so this was the basic information. So guys, other than that, if you want to attend engineering mechanics, 10 PM is the time for engineering mechanics over Gradeup app. Okay, today there are 2 sessions, one at 8 PM, other at 10 PM. Today there are 2 sessions. So guys, these are some things which are going on, and hope you are getting it in a proper manner. So my dear, this is how we are going to move with. And so goodbye for this session, guys. We will be meeting tomorrow once again at 11 a.m. and tomorrow I will be telling you some other concepts related to the characteristics, and then we will slowly enter into the Miller indices. And my dear, I will be teaching you in a complete manner so that you will be able to get complete marks. Even every single marks we will be targeting. You can rely on us. Those students who have relied on us for GATE, you can ask them. They are saying, sir, we are getting very good marks. Some are getting more than 75, 80 marks only from YouTube only, you can say. And my dear, why they are getting? Because of their hard work and our guidance. Because when we are starting something, we'll be completing in a wonderful manner. So don't worry about that. Even you can check whatever the super capsule series I have taken, super 20 expected question I have taken. You can see your examination. Questions were very much same. Sir, how many hours per day we have to study for ESE? Dear, this question, when we are going to answer, I will say what maximum you can give. If you really want to be an IAS officer, if you really want, my dear, give as maximum as possible. There is no limit in the effort if you love someone. Okay, if you really want something, you will not be counting the effort. It should be countless. Okay, whenever I always give an example, don't take it otherwise. Whenever you are talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend, you never see the time, number of hours you are talking on phone. You never decide that I will be talking only for 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, 5 hours a day. It is endless because this is the love. So my dear, that love should be there for the subjects if you really want them. Okay, so ESE, if you want to qualify, just give your 5 to 6 months completely dedicated, what maximum you can give. Like our parents love us, they give what maximum they can give to us. So they never count that how much money they have spent on you. They never count. So my dear, efforts are countless. Once you are thinking that you need to get something, you need to achieve something. So guys, with this, I am leaving this session today. So please like and share the session with your friend, because as we have started this series for you guys, I want you to be in good numbers, because when the number is good, it is always going to be good, because competition feeling will be there, and obviously we will be giving more and more efforts for you. Okay, so okay dear, don't worry then. I feel you are from mechanical. So goodbye guys for this session. Thanks for joining, and that's why I have taken the example of parents also, not only boyfriend, girlfriend. So goodbye guys for this session. Thanks for joining. We will meet tomorrow once again at 11 a.m. Before that, at 2 p.m. for ISRO DRDO Mechanical Marvels will be the channel. Goodbye guys for this wonderful session.